This is the Museo de Capodimonte in Naples. Originally built as a hunting lodge for the Spanish nobility, it now houses one of the finest art collections in Italy. Nestling among these official masterpieces is a breathtaking painting not even mentioned in the museum's highlights, even though it was created by someone quite exceptional in the history of art. This is one of the most arresting paintings I've ever seen. It's a moment of traumatic violence, captured with almost forensic intensity in the detail here. What is happening is that a woman is cutting a man's head off, and she's putting an enormous amount of effort into it, and yet she is doing it with a certain amount of disdain, though she's just getting on with the job she has to do. What is really frightening about it, and is appallingly strong, is that the man is still just alive, despite the fact that the sword is stuck into his neck, his arm is shot up there, the fist is being held by the accomplice of the woman. You can see his mouth, who's almost just crying out his last breath, but she is quietly and efficiently doing the business. What's so extraordinary about this huge, violent painting is that it was painted by a woman. Her name was Artemisia Gentileschi. A brilliant and mercurial painter, a charismatic trickster, a gifted businesswoman, a caring mother with a turbulent love life, and a modern woman in a patriarchal world. By night, the city transformed itself into a den of vice and crime, which thrived in backstreet taverns and behind closed palazzo doors.
This was the residence of Beatrice Cenci. Inside this house, her wicked and horrible and terrible father, Francesco, abused her. So the legend goes. Nobody listened to her pleas when she was asking for help. But please follow me, and don't be afraid. You're gonna be safe with me, I hope. Please, come with me.
Artemisia grew up in a patriarchal culture where women were the property of men. Seen as either virtuous or sinful, loss of virginity outside marriage could mean joining the swelling ranks of prostitutes who haunted Rome's dark alleyways, along with the restless ghosts of its violent past.
Who was the wicked girl who had killed her father? All the people of Rome went in the streets in this area, ready to go to the river where her head would be chopped off.
Terrific. Thought that would happen.
Now please follow me. We go to the river to see the place.
Artemisia flourished in Florence. Most significantly, she created a series of complex female protagonists. It seems to me Artemisia might have used her own tragic experiences, the loss of her mother, her rape, and the premature death of her children, to breathe life into the wronged women of history, the likes of Cleopatra, Lucretia, Bathsheba, and Mary Magdalene.
The Magdalene, for example, was a tainted woman who became redeemed by virtue of her conversion to follow Christ. So these characters have, even when they're good, they have a dimension of complexity that's not always captured in art. It tends to be either or. Artemisia gives them that dimensionality. So there's a kind of deeper psychology in her characters.
She depicted their suffering, captured their longing, and understood their tangled moral dilemmas, transforming them from victims into survivors. Her time in the city had in fact been a triumph professionally, culminating in the highest honor an artist could receive, membership of the Academy of Drawing and Arts. Artemisia was one of the first women to receive such public recognition, and proof of her inclination as a great painter.